like an analyst, giving that info and breaking it down. If you don't know, better listen up now. Chatting out facts straight loud and proud. It's Chongas talking loud.
Talking loud with Chong. Rap another Rizzler or just hit another bong. If we're talking weed, you gotta smoke it till it's gone. Backstrap, bill it, quick time, nothing long. Sharing different views, discussing different topics. UK or Cali, it's always exotic. Do you like soil? Do you like hydroponic? Sativas are great, make you move like Sonic.
Yo. It's only 10-10 that I blaze, white ash when I light this grades. I'm with Chongas, the pats them chonging me, talking loud, what we smoke on ain't the same. I'm in the UK right now, but this ice cream cake got me up in space. You can't bring that cat to the table, we stay sharp and the blunts get raised. You can't come around here with your dead pack, don't pass me a spliff, best dead that. DJs reload when I say edge that, know my name, only right that I bless that.
Welcome ladies and gentlemen to Talking Loud with me, Chongas. Thanks ever so much for watching episode 1. If you joined in, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you ever so much for the likes, subscribes, and the comments. Obviously, feedback goes a long way with us. But without further ado, we move on to episode 2. That's why we're here. I'm with my man, James Wood.
Wow,
thank you very much, my bro. Good to see you, mate. Thank you very much.
I've done a podcast for ages, dude. not in someone else's, territory.
I was going to say, you've got your own and stuff, haven't you? And bits and pieces.
It's nice to come out.
So for anyone who doesn't know you, some would say he's the mad terpene man, he's the mad scientist. All I know is he's a good friend in the industry and such a lovely guy. The passion and energy that you bring, mate, is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it.
I'm overexcited.
And it's, I love it. That's what it's all about. But for the people who don't know you so much, who are you? What do you do? What are you about?
I am Woody, dude. So just mad motherfucking smoking lunatic like everyone else, but unfortunately can't smoke the bud anymore, man. I had a little health scare a few years ago, but that's what sort of put me on the journey. I had a little heart attack. Doctor said no combustion. I was like, I was a hardcore smoker, but it was also the fags.
Okay.
I think if I'd just smoked pure bud my whole life, I would have been sweet.
It'd have been cool.
But it's all the tobacco. It's 20 fags at work, then back from work, then the mixture and more backy. So. Yeah, that's a little
didn't go down too well with the body.
Actually, but it didn't hurt or nothing, man. I was in the gym, I was doing good. I come out, I just felt a bit sick. Went to bed for a couple of days, went to the doctor, said, well, go on. He went, let's have a look. You're having a heart attack.
Fuck.
I was like, shit. Went to the doctor.
How old was you at the time, mate?
I was 42.
42?
42.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. And then got to the doctors, done all the stuff. After the thing, he said, no more smoking. So that was a tough one, but for me, I'm not into it. I haven't done any Class A since I was 21. So I've always been a cannabis man. Before that, lots of Rocky.
Yeah.
It's probably Rocky that gave me the heart attack.
Same, mate.
I smoked nothing. Mate, I've done nothing that so far, bruv.
Fucking all the bands and the gold bands.
I was terrible. I think they even bought a bit of it to Amsterdam once. That's how bad I was. I can't get Rocky in Dam. I better bring my own. No, it's no good. So I smoked the Rocky for a long time, and then moved on to the bud, hardcore bud and that was good. And I loved it. And I was just getting to that. It was just getting that Cali was just starting to come over. Like Venom OG.
All them powerful types.
So as I've come back, the last joint I smoked was a Venom OG. And I had it in the ashtray by the bed when I come back from hospital.
Fuck.
I think I've still got it. I looked at it in the ashtray. I was like, that's it for me.
Was that when it was all going on, sort of like, hang on, I need a joint, try and calm myself down.
It was just
at the time, like leaving the ashtray. Fuck.
It wasn't even that. It was just, I got this thing, dude. When I'm ill, I used to just sit in bed, smoke a load of blim, and watch a load of porn.
Yeah.
Sweat it out.
Yeah. All right, then, I've got a question for you. What's your favourite porn channel?
Truthful Lord, I got a few good ones, mate. Gabby Carter. I was in there, man.
I know you like that one, Bless. And one of Bless' questions, he said to me...
the category, though. Just ask the category.
He said to me,
what's your favourite
do you know what to do to shock someone? I said, go on. He went, ask him for their favourite porn category. I was like, I can't do that. It's weed. You know what I mean?
Gangbang. Gangbang.
So that was obviously what started then your journey with Woodies.
What happened there was I come out of hospital and I was, dude, they took away my happy place. My whole life it's been ups and downs and I always had the cannabis to retreat to, and you know, be happy with myself, and it was my time. They took that away. Well, I took that away really for myself.
Well, you had to, didn't you? No,
And they said I couldn't do it, and my kids were all there. I've got 4 kids, and they were all out in the hospital bed and that. So it was a bit like, well, I'm not going to smoke.
Time to change, man. Yeah.
So then, you know, 4 or 5 months later, I was sitting there, and I saw some. I think it was like some them horrible carts with the shatter carts. Someone come around with one. I was like, oh, maybe I can smoke that.
Try that.
So I went to the doctor. Back to the doctor. I was like, dude, listen, bro, man, I'm struggling. You know, I don't want to start taking depressants. I'm drinking booze. I need something. Can I vape? And he went, look, dude, if it's better than smoking. So if you want to try and do it. So boom, there I was. Went away, disappointed in these shatter things. I didn't get stoned.
Okay.
I got around my mate, a Russian dude. I'm sitting at my mate's house, and he's gone, dude, I'm very disappointed with your quality of your gut. I went, what, bruv, man? He goes, try this. And he pulls out this Bloom cart from America. It's like Bloom. It's all gold and sexy. So I was like, hit that. Mate, I had like a little panic attack.
Oh,
I went, I'm back.
I'm back. Here we are.
I'm back, bruv. This is it. Fucking, I was out my nut. I was like the first vape I've had.
Got that paranoid feeling, that overwhelming feeling.
Yeah, really
that,
good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was really happy about that. So I'm like, this is it. So I'm like, dude, you're right. My quality compared to that is rubbish. I need to go and have a look. So I went to America. My mate had a company called Incredible Edibles, and he had a extraction facility in California. So I went there, and I stayed with him for a while, and he was like my teacher,
Guru,
my Yoda.
yeah.
So he taught me how to make distillate. So I was like, boom, and I was working with him. We were making sweets, we were making vapes. It was all good. But come home, and well, the thing about actually being out there is we were making vapes. But when I was hitting the vapes, I get stoned. But dude, they tasted
Dead.
I don't know.
Distillate.
Well, I don't know what it was. It didn't taste of weed. It tasted of like some weird flavour that I've never. But it said OG Kush, Whitaker, you know, all the normal.
Just doing
names.
the extracts, but no flavours.
But it was fake terps, is what it was. It was fake flavouring, and I want to taste weed. I'm a purist, you know. I'm not allowed to smoke bud, so I want to taste the Venom OGs and all the strains. So I was like, this is
not only that, the health factor as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
of
looking
course.
at the cleaner roots.
Of course, and you want to stick to the plant of what's in the plant. The whole point of everything is the plant. Start messing with it, and then who knows where that's going to go. But no, so I went out. I found a couple of people. They did some terp extraction. I sort of found this guy who was like Jesus. He even looked like a bit like Jesus, and he had these like terps from up in the hills near like Seattle, and he just had a little distill, and he was making this thing. I was like, mate, what is that?
What's
So
going
I
on
started
here?
doing it, and then he hooked me up with someone that was at Product Earth, and boom, there I was. I had my vapes, my thing, and it's just amazing that it's okay that people accept these botanical terps so easily. I understand if it's cherry or banana or pineapple, but when you say zittles and it's not, and people are still buying it, I just don't get it.
No, same. For me,
it's
I'm
so
not
hard.
a big vapor, but if
Yeah.
I was to vape or take like, I've used your vapes abroad and stuff like that, and if I have a vape with me, I want to be able to taste the taste. I don't want to taste that distillate. I don't want to taste that. So this is what I was going to do. I normally smoke a joint. I lit it, but do you know what? I'm going to put it to one side because I'm not saying anything else, but I do smoke joints with tobacco, so I don't want to infuse you with that.
Okay, but you shouldn't anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm on this.
If
I'm
you're
on
going to
this.
smoke it pure.
I'm on this pattern of the new year. My goal is to give up tobacco by the end of the year. I've not started it as a New Year's resolution because I believe that a New Year's resolution is set to fail. That's just my opinion. Whenever I've set them before, I've always, the end of January, it's gone out the window.
Yeah,
so it's my goal for this year is to give up tobacco. So by
There's
me
nothing wrong with
stopping
smoking
that,
it pure.
we've got enough products here where I don't need to be smoking that really. So
We don't, but this is what I made you today, right? To try and encourage you, right? So these are very... See, I'm very much a firm believer that I make the greatest vapes in the world. Only because of the lengths of trouble I go to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So...
these are the Woodies vapes. If anyone has not seen these before, these are fantastic bit of kit.
But what inside them is years of... Say, diamond sauce. So you had the terps and you had the distillate.
Yeah.
That was great. Then suddenly, I discovered diamond source. Right, the source from the separation of the crystals
Yeah.
and the.
Which is you're actually separating the cannabinoids inside in it with the extracts.
THCV is dying to become a crystal. I think the THCA wants to become a source. You can you use the propane to crash the crystalline and the THC. The diamonds form at the bottom of the container. It takes 3 weeks. It's a lot, and then you get layers of separation.
That's it.
Then you purge. Then you take off. There's a name for it.
Remove your
HTC,
fats
right?
and all that.
5T7,
That's
right?
it.
Whatever. Diamond source.
There's a barcode for it.
So I was getting some diamond source, and I'm putting the pens. The THC is much. The levels of THC are much lower, so because the diamonds have all crashed and come out of the source. So I had the source, and it tastes beautiful. The depth is good. Unfortunately, in the vapes, I always found that when you get halfway through, it starts to the source heats up, terpenes start to die off, get a bit of a weaker. Towards the end of the pen, it starts to taste a bit more shit, a bit generic even. So what I started to do was try and tirelessly match. So what I try and do is flavour the distillate with terps, but then find the same strain of diamond source.
And then add that in after. So you've already got your base of the
you've got
distillate is already
flavour.
tasting.
Yeah. Then you bring the diamond sauce into it, so you're just getting that
Boom.
gangbang of
It's there.
flavours.
I get ya. Yeah.
I mean, and also it's consistent all the way down. Right. So this is a couple of things that now and again I have to match other terps with other sauce, but here we're pretty good. Here we've got a cherry gelato terps.
Okay.
Fresh from the hills of Cali, mixed with diamond sauce, fresh from the hills of Sheffield.
Like it.
Then we have the wedding. We have the
it.
wedding cake terps, mixed with the wedding cake sauce, and then we have LA Kush. Bit more difficult, so I bust the LA and I bust London pound cake terps in there. I'm hitting the pound cake with the LA.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
So feel free to indulge at any one time during this.
Come on, mate. And these are all, what's this one here?
This is mine.
This is yours. Yeah, go on. Yeah, give me that.
This is just orange sherbet.
So I'm going to go for the
the cherry gelato.
Cherry gelato.
And listen, you know your strains, and I like people that know their.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I
you
mean,
can
whenever
say-
I've had cherry flavours, cherries, bananas, doesn't come through massive. The fruits never come through massive unless I find it's synthetic terps.
Yeah, you don't want
Or
it to come through, really.
Yeah,
You want
exactly. You want to sort of want to taste that gelato more.
Yeah.
You want that gelato to come through, and then on your blowout or something, a little cherry kick. Just
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
A little tiny bit.
Yeah.
Because too much is overpowering. You might as well get a cherry vape.
And with these, mate, we just pull on these straight through. Oh my god.
Yeah, bad.
Oh my god. So there's a reason that I've obviously had your carts before.
Yeah.
I've had your carts. I've not had the diamonds in sauce cart.
They're evolving though. The thing
Yeah,
is
I've not had
my
these before. That is-
my skills is they're evolving, and I'm getting more refined, more because I do it for myself. It's for me. It's not really for anyone else.
You want that cleanliness. You want
Yeah,
that.
it's
That caught me.
yeah. People,
Don't
people,
try and talk when you got a mouthful of smoke.
people come and Jay, gives a pen, and I'll give the pen. I like to show off.
Mate, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's really nice. And then if you want to move on to the
Yeah.
wedding
Then we
cake,
get to,
and then we can start getting we just see how we can get. Fuck the interview.
I'm already feeling it already, mate. I'm already feeling it. Don't get me wrong.
But I'm going to get more excited as we go on. About
So, what was one of your first products? I know now, obviously, you've got a vast range.
Well, I
of
think
products.
what
was
happened.
your first?
I came back from America, full of the ideas of making tablets.
Okay.
Pills, mixing ashwagandha and mushrooms and all different types of recipes. I had all my recipes. I went to China. I didn't go to China. I went to talk to China. I bought all these bottles. I got there. I got the bottles. Then what happened is, just as I was about to launch that as the start of Woodies, I think I went to see Marty at Hemp Health.
Okay.
So I went to see Marty, and he had some amazing CBD bud. Like incredible. So I got like a box of bud. I brought it home and I thought, I wonder if I can do what I did in America with the making distillate out of CBD. So I tried it out and it works. And I made the beautiful gold distillate. I was like, boom, this is great. I've got filling pens. I'm going like, it's the same thing. I can use the brand. I can be exactly the same as I would be if I was in America, but with no THC.
So when you was in America, you obviously used the THC.
Of course.
When you then come back here, you use the
Because
CBD.
because I want a legal
what was your
business.
returns like? Difference?
On the cells?
Like on your yield. So what you got out of it extracted?
Slightly less. I mean, I had to learn something. I had to go to this Fairer Labs and I'd test the thing, and there was too much THC in that one, and that was 4%, and I got it's temperature based.
So it was kind of a lot.
I was learning.
Different compared to what you was doing in America. So then what you had to do with the CBD, even though it more or less being the same plant.
Yeah, but it's a temperature thing.
Yeah.
THC evaporates in the still at 190, 195. I think it's at 179, but usually on my temperature it says about 195. Yeah. And then with you can go right to sort of 230 without damaging it, and then sort of I think it was 160, 159 for the CBD. It happens at that temperature.
So I'm under the understanding that when you cook off THC, it turns to CBN.
No,
when
you oxidize it. So you have to. So if you've ever got a mate who's been in prison, he's left 20 boxes in a lockup, and he gets out and goes, Jay, what do I do with this?
Got this.
You go, it's CBN, and CBN is the most remarkable sleeping pill ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can oxidize it. If you ever look at distillate and there's a big bottle of distillate and there's a red swirl in there, that's the CBN.
Okay.
So it's turning, it's oxidizing over time.
Okay.
So usually I can get it and put it in the oven and try and oxidize it in the oven, and it turns a deeper red, and I could use it to help people sleep. I mean, it is an amazing sleeper.
Because it sets off the melatonin, doesn't it?
Yeah, serotonin, melatonin.
Yeah. And then which obviously helps us sleep.
Yeah.
So it sort of gives it a bit of a kickstart, the old CBN.
No, without doubt, it definitely. You just got to keep the dosages low for sleep, because otherwise you will get
overpower it.
If you go,
too energetic.
10 milligrams. You can. I've had that before as well. Too much. Now I'm wired all night instead of
sitting there till 3 in the morning. I'm trying to get something in me to go to sleep. Yeah.
The CBN is a remarkable. If they could do the right research and make it into even a tablet. I know it's bad to say about anything to do with the plant, but it really does put you to sleep. 5 milligrams, you're out of the game.
So there's a trick that we used to do with a joint back in the day, and if the THC wasn't hitting you and you wanted to couch out on the sofa, you'd go and get your joint, put it in the microwave for 10 seconds.
What, decarboxylate it?
So you decarboxylate it, and then when you smoke it, you've turned it to CBN because you've overcooked the THC and turned that to CBN, so bang, go to sleep.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, I used to do that and whatever. It used to get you more high. It's not high. You've changed the cannabinoid and you've changed the actual aspect of the joint.
Cannabinoids are all set. I always used to talk to this guy and he used to say to me, they're like rings. And they all change. They're all interlocked. CBG is the first one. It's the mother of all cannabinoids. That's the first one that produces, and then CBG produces all. That's why now you can take CBD and CBN, all different, and turn them into THC.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, we tried it, failed miserably, but you need sulfuric acid. It's quite intense process to turn the CBD. I think it goes CBD, then THC, I can't remember.
CBT, there's loads of
all I know is that it gave me a headache.
Yeah, exactly that.
And there's all that new stuff now about synthetic cannabinoids.
Yeah, there's the male plant as well, which in the sacs, it produces CBN.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And so one of the things that wowed me massively was when research come available. I'm not far behind you, mate. I'm 40. So we come from an era where there wasn't much research that you could do. When I was younger, you couldn't go and look at certain things.
There was nothing.
You'd speak to people and stuff like that, and you'd find out what you could. Then when research come available, wow, I was fascinated.
Yeah.
But then when I found the endocannabinoid system, that we've all got CB receptors,
the CB1 and CB2 receptors. I mean, it's an amazing system.
We're smothered.
We're covered in these receptors all over our body. I talked to Mike Burns about it yesterday. I had a meeting with him, and he was marvelling about how how undeveloped it is. Well, people don't know too much about it. I always say to people, it's like a fire alarm. Mm-hmm. And a fire alarm for your body, it tells your brain, it detects a problem, it tells your brain there's a problem, and then your brain sends the immune response, the appropriate immune response to fix.
Whether it be a pain response,
fix that problem.
Yeah.
So it's you know, and like I say, it's a fire alarm, and the batteries of the fire alarm are CBD, because CBD nourishes that system. Yeah, where THC will take over that system and bind with the receptors, CBD won't. CBD is not an antagonist. Some terpenes are antagonists. CBD doesn't bind. So
Antagonist to our receptors.
Yeah, so binds or not. See, THC will. The reason why THC is great for pain is if you hurt yourself, the pain's still the same. But what's happened is the receptors aren't telling the brain properly what's going on, because the OG Kush has taken over the shit, bro. And it's going, hey, you ain't saying nothing, so you ain't feeling it. It's still there.
Yeah.
But you're just not feeling it as you would if you didn't have THC in your system. Because you've got your anandamide and 2AG, your cannabinoids that are natural in our body, that naturally send.
And produce further cannabinoids, like that in women in the breast when they get pregnant. Yeah. They then produce cannabinoids to feed the baby through the cannabinoid system.
Yeah, I breastfed for a while.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mum. That's all good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So until I was about 16, it got a bit awkward.
Yeah, Mum, they put them away. I want some more cannabinoids. But no, so it's a very important system, and the CBD is very much a vitamin for that system. I look at, just like vitamin C is for your immune system, CBD is for your endocannabinoid system. It's the same thing. And if you want to take that, your endocannabinoid system is going to be healthy. It's going to tell you quick enough that there's a problem. Just like a fire alarm, if the batteries aren't working, the fire is going to spread and burn and cause irreversible damage. Yep. If your endocannabinoid system's not working, your brain don't know what the fuck's going on. Yep. So important to boost it with extra vitamins, i.e. CBD, to make that happen. So
that's good stuff, mate.
Really, really good stuff.
Good stuff. And obviously the products that you do help with all this. With your knowledge and your what you've gone through, the experiences, and going out there learning about the terps, learning about different things, to then put it all together. It's fantastic. Mate.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fantastic to watch.
I think it's for me. It feels like now it feels like I've got a superpower, because what I've been through, what I've experienced, what I've learned, and what I can help with that. I'm all the time out. Oh, you got that? I can help with that. You know, restless leg syndrome. Yeah, me. Wasn't that right?
Can't sleep. Yeah.
So I definitely feel, it's definitely been ups and downs. I know lots of people. I know that with the family and all that. Obviously, it's actually my stepdad is Ronnie Wood. Everyone thinks he actually, to me, is my real dad, because I've been with him since I was 1.
So Ronnie Wood out the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. He's the old man, and Mum. So Mum met him when I was like 6 months old.
Mum's Jo.
Yeah. Jo Wood. She's a legend.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
So she met him. He adopted me. We lived as a family for 35 years. It was good. I mean, I had some mad shit. You don't know. People go, oh, it's amazing. To me, it was just life. You come home. There's John Belushi on the sofa. There's Dan Aykroyd. Smoking crack. There's
sitting there playing guitars.
But it was all
Keith Richards.
But it was Keith was the man. It was a druggy environment. If you're at our house in the 80s in LA, you're there to take drugs. Mm. Yeah,
you knew no different, obviously.
I didn't know different. I just got pissed off because I slept above them. And so Mum and Dad would wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they would go through, and I'd get back from school and I'd see them and for an hour, and then they'd go, get to bed, and the friends would arrive and the music would start, and Keith Richards would turn up, and it would all go pretty mad. And that was at LA.
That's mad.
It was fun. It was
brilliant.
I didn't even know it was fun, but it was, there were some cool people from the telly in the house. I said to John Belushi once, I said, he used to do a backflip on Saturday Night Live. And I said, you can't do that, little fat dude, isn't he? He fucking done it. Like,
Did he do it?
Mate, it was like my hero forever. He was like my hero forever, Bob. I was like, shit, Bob.
Brilliant.
Then, we moved from there. We moved from LA when I was about 6 or 7. We went over to France for a bit. We went to make an album. You'd go and they would take hours, years to make albums. So you'd go and sit in France. You'd go and sit in Jamaica. You'd go sit wherever they were,
where they'd get their feeling to write their albums.
They would work and take a long time. And then, we ended up moving back to New York, where we lived there for another 5 years, and I sort of grew up more there. And then we left New York, and it was mad, dude. They were. Dad was a proper crackhead. In New York, Dad,
hardcore
dude,
drugs.
I just remember he was in the toilet the whole time. Wow. For 2 years. Like Mum and Dad, we would put such slips he's in the toilet, just hitting work.
Bang.
So, they were always in and they always partied. And the old man's, he's got a good heart. You know, he's a decent fella. He's just a bit of a nut.
Loose cannon.
Yeah, he's
loose
a bit of a
cannon.
nut,
So
bit of a
Mick
nut.
Jagger's obviously just from up the
Yeah,
road.
but,
They're all
Keith,
from up the road.
Mick and Keith were from Dartford.
Dartford, yeah.
I know Keith used to say to me, dude, they used to rob him back then at the bridge, and now they're robbing you again at the tunnel.
That's it.
Because
Yeah,
they used to
they're
rob
still
you
doing it, mate.
as they come up the Thames.
Yeah.
They used to be bandits at the Thames.
That's
that
it.
would rob
Stop
you
and
in
pull you.
Dartford, yeah.
And now they're doing it with the tunnel. Yeah. But
no.
they so you've got the Mick Jagger School. You've got. I used to do a lot of running around the local parks and stuff. I'm from Thamesmead originally, and then obviously moving up to Dartford. And there's like statues of Mick Jagger and things like that. So for you to actually. Like,
no, dude, I got a good one. I got a good one, right? So we were in St. Petersburg, and basically what happened is the family got in trouble. Well, I just started. I had some businesses. I had a furniture hire company. I was a roadie as well for a long time. I didn't like.
I understand a bit about that. I've done a bit of that.
I've done roading, pushing cases.
Yeah,
that's how I started.
I've done a bit of that. Showfalls was a company.
Showfalls,
yeah. Do you know the Showfalls?
I used to work for Show Stars.
Oh, okay, I know Show Stars as well. Yeah,
and Harvey Goldsmith and all that.
That's it, mate.
So I used to do all that, and that's when I started like sniffing vast amounts of sniff.
Oh, that's what that was me. So that was it went hand in hand with that industry.
Whether you get there, where's the man?
Where's he?
Where's the man?
He was asleep.
I hated it as well. I was
Hard
never,
work, wasn't it?
I was never a good one with the sniff either.
No, I wasn't, mate. I was
because you do it to stay up at work.
Yeah.
And then you do it, and then you realise that 20 minutes later you're worse than you were 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're fucking.
You're like, you can't run the energy and all the rest of it.
I'm glad them days are gone, mate.
So I took over. I managed that. I took over all the family affairs for like 11 years.
Oh wow.
And we worked really good together. I think because the childhood, he wasn't really like a dad to any of us. My brother, me, my sister. You know, he was more like a mad dude in the toilet. So he wasn't really about. So when we worked together, we formed a decent relationship. But you'd go on tour with him, and I'd come out for a couple of weeks and make some money and sell some tickets and shit. Right? Come back, hustle up a few things. I was in St. Petersburg, and I'm in the dressing room, and Mick comes and goes, "Jamie, can you come here, please?" So what's up, brother? You all right, sweet? Comes in, he's like, I can't find a bus. He goes, I can't find a bus for the missus. Yeah, we're in Russia. The lesbians in Russia are few and far between. He goes, I can't find a bus. So I said, well, what do you want me to do? He goes, could you help me out? I said, mate, I don't know. I said, wait a minute, let me see. So there's me in Russia in like fucking Hooker Capital, right? I'm on the phone to London. Right? I'm like talking to someone called Vlad, right? I'm like, Vlad, can you get me a bus for Mick, innit? So it's kind of, anyway, Ray's right, I said it's for his birthday, one of them. Anyway, fucking sends her over. She turns up in St. Petersburg, flies her in from Moscow. I meet her in the lobby, I take her upstairs to the room.
Your turns.
Yeah. Throw her in the room. He's like, nice one, Bobby. I shut the door, like, all right, sweet. So everything was sweet. Sitting there, a couple of hours later with my missus in bed. Phone rings. My room. Never phoned my room before, right? Phone my room. He's like, Jay, he goes, she's going, she wants 2,000 euros. I said, yeah.
Pay it.
I said, tell you what, get your credit card out, look at the card, see like Coots Bank, and look at the bit where it says Sir Mick Jagger. Pay the bill, bruv. Find out. Mate, I should have got a drink. I didn't even get a drink.
Where's your tip?
Turn me into a pimp. I didn't even get a drink.
Fucking hell.
But they're all a bit, man. They're all great. I mean, Charlie died last year, the drummer.
Yep.
But Keith was always sort of where Dad didn't really tell me off. Keith was the one that sort of
kept you in check.
Yeah, beat me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Give you a slap.
Yeah. Well, a couple of times I put a little banger in his blim. I put a little banger in the blim and I stick it in, man, and he fucking went like that and he lit it and bang! Mate, come out and he booted me all around the garden, bro.
Did he? Let you have it?
Bang, smashed me up.
Not letting you do that to me.
Oh, he's terrible. But they were all good. I mean, everything was good, but then, Mum and Dad split up. Mum was in bits. It was good. Dad didn't really fall about. I never understood. I could be like, mate, what's up? Then I clicked it. Everything was sweet until he got circumcised.
Oh, fuck.
But
took off his hat and that was it.
I think the hat didn't come down. I don't think the hat went back. Right? So he got something wrong with it, got circumcised, he's got this brand new Hampton. I'm like, oh,
Different
Mum.
man.
I went, Mum, you better fucking...
Up the game.
better watch what's happening with that, with the brand new Hampton. Anyway, he's gone off, he's out, bruv. He's chatting up there, it's just his waitresses, he's up... And he'd never seen him really do it before. So I said to him, I said, Dad, what are you doing, bruv? I said, this is going to cost you
I
$1.
can imagine over the years he's just had
been
women
good.
flinging
And never.
left, right and centre.
And he's always with Mum,
cool.
he was always proper. But got the Hampton sorted.
That was him, new man.
That was it, bruv. He was off. So he was like, I was trying to like, I was his manager, so I was trying to navigate a difficult situation for me because of my mum,
imagine.
you know. And
Going through the relationship.
I'm trying to thing, and I'm saying, look, man, just go pay for it. You're gonna lose 20 million with one of these birds, mate. And they get onto you. You're gonna have to. Yeah, that's it. You're gonna be fucked. Mum's gonna go. Anyway, he didn't listen. Ended up running off with brass. And so I told him to do a brass. He took my advice and fucked off with brass. Bruv. I'm like, come on, mate. Just take it out the bag and have a look at it. What are you doing, bruv? So he runs off with the brass.
Mind you, you've got to think though, he's been sitting in a toilet doing crack for years. He's not going to be common sense has gone and it is shot a bit.
So he's gone and you know, he fucked off with the brass basically. And you know.
Never look back.
Pretty much. So, you know, I took Mum's side. We, you know, ups and downs. And then we were fine, back and forward and stuff. And
so
then,
Mum's obviously, she's very into her health kick, into her health.
Yeah,
she always has been.
Yeah, she's good.
She looks good, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Looks great still,
yeah.
like
Not bad,
even now,
man.
mate. Do you know what I mean? Oh, if I was a single man, mate.
Come on, man. It's out there, bro. I keep trying, bro.
Mate, I'm a taker
trying.
man. I'm a taker man, and I'm a loyal man. But no, I'm joking.
man.
It's no, she does look great, mate.
She's
And that's
bollocks.
obviously
And she's class as well. The whole situation with all the press and all that stuff that Dad did, she remained dignified. She didn't tell no stories. She was proper.
Yeah,
you know, she
kept
was
it
good,
to
and you know, she's a lovely woman. She just can't seem to find a fella. I've had a few weirdos, but I suppose it's, you know,
good-looking women. Though I always see them. They struggle to get men because men are scared to approach them.
Yeah,
I think they're already out of the league and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And
so, but you know, I try. You know, I try and get her to smoke some weed, but she won't have it.
she won't have it now. She
partying days of
I see one of your videos. So if anyone hasn't been on Woodies YouTube, get over and follow and subscribe. Got some absolutely superb videos that will show you a bit more in depth on what we're sort of talking about and how he goes about his business and how he does things. But Mum's on there and she does some soups and
But I mean, she's amazing. She's got this organic brand. You know, she loves making her products. I mean, it's not quite like me. She'll get them made somewhere else. But she likes her stuff. She likes her cream. She's
still got passion. Yeah,
she's got passion. So we're actually doing. I'm actually with her today. We're doing this little collab.
Oh, cool.
Because I like the mushrooms. She likes things like maca and ayahuasca and different root things, and we're combining the terps with that and the mushrooms to make a pill called longevity.
Superb,
for people that were just one pill, one thing, one little thing, collaboration between us, and just to try and you know, help people live a bit longer and healthier. We're big into. She's my muse. I go to her, Mum, I need this. I'll give some matcha with some cordyceps. She's really good. So I want to
obviously the knowledge over the years as well that she's
and
built
experience.
Up.
You know, I'm no doctor or nothing like that, but I love this stuff. And what I do is I learn from. I give it to people, and people respond, and the feedback. You know, the feedback is so important.
Definitely.
And you know, you can't
for us to improve.
Yeah,
if you've got someone who wants to improve, do you know what I mean?
You need to work with people with this plant. It's not a plant where you know you're not going to get instant cure. You've got to, even with other plants as well. You need to. It needs to get in your system. The CBD, everything has a place, and it needs to all work together, and it just takes time and patience, and that's 100%. What I find myself doing a lot with people. I'm sure you do as well. Is guiding them through how to do it, how to do it, and get the most out of it.
100%. Which is why I started Talking Loud. Talking Loud is about bringing knowledge, in-depth knowledge, and trying to share it the best we can, but not because. I mean, okay, I smoke the THC, I do all that sort of stuff, so not promoting. I use THC for my benefits in my anxieties and things like that, but also I need to look into my terps and I need to look into my CBDs and I need to look it's not just one thing that helps, you know.
Of course, it's a combination of things. And
I
think
food diets and stuff. I can't just smoke weed and then go, so I'm going to be healthy because I smoke weed and then I'm going to eat McDonald's and going to... Do you know what I'm saying? It's a collaboration of things.
Diet, you are what you eat.
Exactly.
You know, it is important to have everything
Healthy
going.
minds, all
And too
that.
much of one. Keith Richards, the one bit of advice I ever take is he said to me once, he said, Jay, he said, there's a difference between scratching your ass and tearing it to pieces. And it's true.
blind, isn't it?
Hearing it from him, you know, you're right, mate. But fucking, you know,
I get you.
in moderation.
But he had to know that.
Everything
I suppose,
in
yeah.
moderation is what he's trying to say. And if you go mad, you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
So I mean, with the plant is back to what you're saying there. The terpenes, the CBD, the CBN, the CBC. What I specialise at doing. I know the RSO and stuff like that. I have a bit of a problem sometimes with people talking about it and taking it blindly, because 76 or 77 cannabinoids in that RSO that you're taking, you don't know what. No one knows what the fuck they are.
No.
So in theory, you're taking a drug that you don't even know what's in it. Mm-hmm. Right? A third of the drug, you don't know what's in it.
You don't know how it's grown.
I've seen journals in Israel. I've seen tests where they've tested 5 rats and they're on the same tumour with the different strains, but the same CBD and THC content, and one rat's died fast. Why has it died? They don't know. Something unknown in the cannabinoid.
It's the hormones as well.
It's all stuff.
You play with hormones when you introduce RSO. So if someone's got breast cancer, you wouldn't give them necessarily RSO that they're going to digest into their stomach system. That again will flip it and then make it worse.
Yeah.
So
you've got to be.
Yeah.
You've got to
be on top of your game and know what your product is.
But the way I do it though, and that's what I do. I extract the separate parts of the plant. Mm-hmm. So I've got all the different cannabinoids, and then what I do is I put them together. I put them all back together as a puzzle.
So you know what you've got.
So I know I've got THC there. I know I've got CBD there. I know I've got CBN. I know I've got the terps.
And you've obviously, to get through that process, that's not as simple as just what you said there.
Yeah,
there's a lot more stuff that you've got to go into, but to break it down and separate the cannabinoids anyway.
Deconstructing it to reconstruct it the way that you know best.
But for you to put that together in that way and have that thought process on how to do it, that's superb, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't want people taking stuff that isn't.
That you don't know what's in it.
I don't know what's in it. So
come back sue me, like, fuck that.
You know what I mean? So fuck that. So
cover your ass.
So yeah, very important to have that type of thing. And I'll show you a little bit. I'll tell you a little bit about the terps, right? So what I'm going to do first.
Come on, mate. You put all this stuff down. I'm looking at it all. I'm sure you guys at home are all looking at it all thinking, what is going on here? But
I get all over excited, Bob. I get proper excited, right?
I love it. Absolutely love it. It's good stuff.
Right. So, first one is I'm just going to do a little drink for you.
Yeah.
Right? So this is just a little drink with some terps in there, right? So this is just a Sprite.
Yep.
What we're going to do is bust the cup of love, hit the cup.
I'm just filming this, mate, as well, because it's absolutely fantastic.
And then what we do is the cold in the drink brings the smoke. The colder it is, the better it is. It brings the smoke into the glass.
Look at this.
And then that will just stay there. And what it does, as it's sitting there, it flavours the Sprite.
Okay.
Yeah, it works good with alcohol as well. Alcoholic drinks, it works really good.
Yeah.
It flavours the Sprite, and then you sort of, when you're ready,
What, just drink away, yeah?
have a little drink,
Come on.
inhale that smoke, and drink the drink.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, baby. Love that, mate.
You're a genius, bro. You're a genius.
So this really, and you can
That
taste it.
changes the
drink.
dynamics of the Sprite.
Yeah.
Because you've already got that flavour of something else where you're
Yeah.
expecting the Sprite and then...
Yeah, it's mad. It's just, so you want to...
Mate, that's
You can do it in a bar. I've been trying to work with bars, and I've this bar called Incognito in Richmond.
Okay.
They make all these amazing, most amazing bar. I've been talking to them about bringing the terps into their drink and bringing these, to bring the
100%.
effect. And
They're
so
fantastic.
that's a lot of fun. But then we can go a little
Going
bit
back
more.
to these,
Oh,
this is your
This is the
vape
cup.
cartridge, yeah? So
Yeah,
there
so
you've
these
got
are
one
the
of your vape carts in there.
yeah, and then you put the cup in. Very sociable, beautiful piece of equipment where you can sit with your mates. Everyone's sort of burning around.
Just
You just hit the carts.
amazing, mate.
I mean, the carts have to be. The carts have to be good carts. If you put a load of shit terps in there,
That'd ruin it.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
You couldn't
partnership.
have it dead.
It has to taste like the real thing. And
100%.
I think it does.
Oh, mate, 100%. Have a look. Right,
Take
yeah.
that. So then, what we're going to do? So now, so I just got some little terps. little terp things, little terp straws and stuff.
6682, mate. We can edit anyway, so don't worry too much.
What are you doing?
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Is that everything all right over there?
Yeah, pin number for the
The credit card.
the screen, just so you can see at times a day.
Credit card.
That is also the credit card.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can I change that one?
No, it's not.
Alright, so here's some the beautiful terps itself, the raw terp from the plant itself. We take it. We go to like the cookies, the guy who grows it. All these farms out there, they're all just growers.
Yep.
And the brands will buy from the growers.
That's it. So like cookies has gone obviously to different growers.
Yeah,
and
so
then
the
said,
different
grow that
guy,
for me, grow that
yeah.
for
So
me,
he's
and then-
or they're growing and they go, do you want this?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so and they're good growers. So my pals are all in there, Humboldt, and they're all over there and bussing out. And
Smashing it.
so he goes and gets the trim, and we basically buy. I give him like $5,000, and he'll go buy like 40 kilos of trim, and then we'll get like 200 mil of terp because it's only 3% in the plant.
Okay.
So you need like a football pitch to make a litre of
Literally.
bud. So you can't do it. That's why no one's got them. No one's an idiot like me that is going out, crashing out with fucking mad hillbillies and that up north, getting mad terps off
I
them.
wouldn't call yourself an idiot though for doing that.
No obsession, maybe.
I'd say that's your passion, that's your energy behind what you want to put into your brand, and that's, mate, that's
Just want the fucking thing.
that's
to
far from
taste
being
the
an
way-
idiot,
yeah,
mate.
yeah. No, but
Give yourself a bit of credit.
but
Fucking hell.
when I'm sitting there throwing everything away and just taking the terps, and I'm throwing all the THC
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
that's
see what
going
you
in the
mean,
bin,
I
and
see,
you're
yeah,
thinking,
yeah. Waste.
because most people will be looking for that
Yeah.
and throwing that away. So, but when you
Which is obviously something we might be able to do later on when it all
I
goes.
hope they sort it out.
Separate 'em.
So just take a little puff on the straw there, and you just suck that in, and that's just going to give you a nice little.
Oh my god.
Right, so this pineapple upside down cake. So this is something that I'm talking about. 'Cause this
And
is
that's just
like
pure terps.
pure terps.
So that won't get me high or nothing like that.
It will bind with your receptors, but this is what I'm going to get to, right?
Okay.
You mentioned it earlier. You said anxiety. Now,
Mm-hmm.
people call me, and I see it on all the doctors and all. Everyone talks about anxiety and cannabis being the cure to anxiety. Like fuck, right? If I'm
adds
anxious,
to
the
it,
last thing I
kind
want
of.
to do is smoke a big blim. I'll be all over the gaff.
So this is where I come in. If I smoke a sativa, I'm in bits.
Yeah.
If I smoke an indica, but only a
As you're having
0.3,
an anxiety attack.
0.3 as I'm panicking, it will slow me down.
Yeah.
It will calm me down. So at that point, I'm like, right, I want to go and jump off a fucking bridge.
Yeah.
And then I can smoke that and I'll calm down and go, all right, well, that's a bit of a silly idea.
Yeah, sort yourself
Let's
out.
go and fucking sit on the bed and work
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
out.
work it out,
You know what I
sort
mean?
it out.
Punch
But-
yourself up, whatever.
But that's because you're an experienced smoker.
Yeah, I think it helps me to rationally think.
Imagine someone that doesn't smoke.
Yes.
And then a
Worst
clinic
thing in
or
the
someone says to you, here's some bud,
Worst
that's
thing in the
going to sort your anxiety. Like fuck, right? So what I do is I go, no, this THC, the CBD is not going to do it, the THC is not going to do it. What's going to do it is the terps, right? So when you hit the terps, right, and anxiety is a favourite, like you just said, anxiety is a favourite of mind. Yeah, it's a mindset that you put yourself
100%.
in, right? Removing that mindset with THC is never going to solve anything. Removing the mindset with terps, what it does, when you hit this, your brain is thinking you're smoking weed. Right?
Because of the action.
placebo effect. So now your mind's not thinking about the anxiety anymore. You're thinking about whether you're smoking weed or not. Right? So that is triggering your brain into something else. And that is cute. And so I've started to prescribe it to people, over-the-counter stuff, as a way to beat anxiety. And the response I get is incredible.
I feel calmer.
Yeah. And with meditation as well.
I do feel a little
it
bit
clears
like,
my mind.
you know, like when you do, I've done a couple of them now and I've done a few prelims before and stuff, and you get a sort of bit of anxiety about you. And I do anyway. I get a little bit of nerves and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'm here sitting in there, and then you're in. And then you're in. You know what I mean?
It's like the boy, it was like my
but
son.
that's
He
just, yeah.
Yeah, it stopped. I can't describe it.
No.
What it does, but it mellows the mind.
Level me
Unreal.
out.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way to.
I can't describe it. I can't describe it. That's why I use it for meditation, because I struggle to meditate. Because my mind's going at 10,000 miles an hour. So I get the terps out. I hit the terp. I can meditate for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
I can see why.
Yeah. So
I do my meditation. People who know me already know this. I've never shared this on the podcast, but fuck it.
Let's go.
I meditate on the toilet. That's where I do my meditation. So people normally sit there on their phones. People normally sit there, do their thing. I sit there and I do my meditation. So taking terps and doing my meditation probably wouldn't work at the same time, but I'd have to do it previously.
I don't know. I think it could, you hit it before you jump on there.
That's what I mean. Just before I jump on there, bang. Then I think
Well, as you jump on there, you have a ritual. Terps, toilet paper.
That's it. Because it's every morning. I do it every morning anyway, and you sit on the toilet for 20 minutes, whatever. That's my meditation.
Try it. I mean, it's,
I'm gonna have to try.
I do it with the same with the crystals.
Yep.
So I put it in the crystals and put them by my bed, and then if I want to get to sleep,
calming.
I hit them and I'm out. That's lovely. I enjoy them.
Brilliant.
It's really calming. You said it. It's calming.
It is calming.
It's the on-charge effect without the cannabinoids. Because these are mycelium and they're like beta-carotene and stuff that's in black pepper, the terpenes in black pepper. They actually bind. They call it the fifth cannabinoid or something, don't they? Or the fake cannabinoid or false cannabinoid impostonator. But because it acts the same as a cannabinoid. So there's something binding with your receptors there. And knowing what it does, I know it makes me calm. I know it clears my mind. But scientifically, what the fuck? Who knows what it's doing to your serotonin levels, to your is it creating melatonin?
It's doing something. It's working.
It's doing something. It's chill.
It feels good.
Like that, sleeping a minute, cuddling each other.
I was going to say, stick that heater on, will we? I'll be over.
So we got that. We got the thing. We got the terps. We got the thing. Another little one. And I bought a backup because I call this the Mexican split.
Okay.
Right? And this is you know how you take tequila, you drink the salt.
Yep.
And then you do the lemon, and you yeah. I do the same, but with the terps. Right. So I don't know, but you're up for a little tiny bit?
I don't drink, but do you know what? It's a podcast, isn't it? So come on, we're not going mad, are we? We're not going crazy. I'll just have a little shot.
It's just about what it does for me is it neutralises that nasty taste of tequila. Yeah. The terps.
I know exactly what you mean. Which is what the salt is for, right?
Yeah.
The salt and the lemon is to... Yeah, dear. Yeah, you like a slammer.
You going to try it?
You want to go? Come on, Bless. Come on,
Come on, my G.
My sound engineer, Bless.
My G, Bless in the house, man. He's going to have a Mexican spliff, bro.
He's a top
Mexican spliff.
But yeah, if you like these, so you'll be used to these, you'll give better review than it than me, to be fair, because...
I had a better tequila, but... So, we hit that in there, the terps in there. So what you're going to do, you're going to hit that, you're going to hit the tequila, and then you're going to hit that again.
Say that again.
Right, so smoke that like you're a spliff, then hit the tequila, and then after the tequila's done, again, Right, so that first, so hit on that, hit that, and then hit that again. My G.
What's it sound?
It
does kill it.
Yeah.
There was no funny face or nothing as he drank it.
No, it weren't, was there? Normally there is a little...
You know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? So I call it, you can just throw it away. I just call it the Mexican split.
Yeah, you should try that soon. Try it.
Yeah, this was my one. If you want to do it. Different terps, isn't it?
Fresh. This is Cashmere Kush. It's one of the strongest terps I've
Cashmere Kush.
had. Yeah,
So the Cashmere going with the tequila.
So that one first. I want one now. It neutralises it.
Yeah, it does. Takes it straight away from your tongue.
Unbelievable. I can drink tequila. I hated it before.
But I can feel that alcohol going down my chest. Like I can feel that going down there, but it's not too nowhere near as bad. Like I don't get that feeling on my tongue. Do you know? Like it normally makes go.
I can't stand.
Wow, mate. So you're trying to bring this together with the cocktails in the bars to make it.
What I'm trying to find is an amazing. I'm not an alcohol person. I don't really drink, but since lockdown, really, I started having a go.
Yeah.
But you know, I need an amazing mixologist someone that can. I mean, some of the videos I've done when I've had the people, the chefs, I'm really relying on Grim. You know, I'm relying on their skills as to bring to the terps. If you're good at what you do, you can have a taste of the terps, and then you can make something amazing.
Yeah.
If you're a great chef, you can make a great dish. If you're a great mixologist, you can make a great drink. If you're a great
100%.
chocolate maker, you know.
Yeah, because you had a mixologist on your YouTube as well.
Yeah,
That was good to watch.
He was good. He was fun. Rodrigo, Rodrigo.
And Pen Chang.
Oh, yeah, Pen.
The magical Pen Chang.
Pen Chang.
Absolute legend, that
Pen
man.
Chang, bro. He can make a fucking sweet.
Yeah, mate. He's got some stories and all.
Mate, the geezer can make a sweet.
Yeah, he's been about many years.
He started getting a bit frustrated.
Yeah.
He started getting a bit. I mean, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing the thing, and he was doing the thing, and I'm doing it with him, and my hands are on fire. They're burning.
You're killing the temperature and all that sort of stuff.
But they were good. They were good sweets. He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's a
Fantastic
bit
guy,
of a real genius. Yeah.
Fantastic
He's a genius.
guy.
He's a genius.
When you obviously invited us over to yours for the Halloween.
Yes.
Which was absolutely epic, mate. Like epic,
I had
beyond
such a
belief.
good time, dude. It was
Brilliant.
You know, they came to. It was, you know, I hadn't been. I'm not a weed community. You know.
So to invite us was taken aback.
I'd met people like Moss. Yeah. You know, Moss was doing some filming for me, and I met Buddy, and I just met a few people.
Great guy, Dale, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dale's the bollocks.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's the bollocks. I love him. I talk to him every day. So he comes round. We live close to each other. His family's come round. His kids.
Yeah,
we're getting quite close. I mean,
good.
I didn't really know what the community was about, and what I thought, you know, I get the six of the best. You know, that will bring something. Dale, Grim, Mars, all the people to pick
Different
five,
aspects,
and pick 5 guests each that you can trust and respect, and bring them, and let's have a party for the community, and let's make a lot of edibles, and let's film it and do it. You know,
Make edibles.
Yeah, we made thousands of edibles.
I walked in the door, right? Fucking edibles, this guy. I walked in the door, and there was a massive table with. That looked like a little town or a village.
That was Buddy. That made that.
It just looked like a little village, and I was what the fuck's that?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Didn't even think, bro.
Oh, it was
like,
great.
You had graves, like a grave with a gravestone and all that sort of
with
stuff.
With edible.
Fox in it.
Yeah.
Hang on, why's there fox? Okay. So now I was like,
she made a cake and the Grim.
And Grim come up to me and went, come and see the table. And I was like,
Grim's wicked.
Table?
I love her. I love her.
Everything was edible on that table.
Yeah. I loved her. I loved it. It was we had Jade from Empress Rising making all 8. We had 460. Oh, I love it. Just appeared on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he gone? Where
is 460? I was going to start a campaign. Where's 460?
Okay, no, everyone thought he was old Bill and he ran away.
I was like, so now everyone's going to me. Oh yeah, he must be old Bill. I'm like, God, he's definitely not old Bill.
I sat with that man in your house and I smoked joints after
he's
joints.
Not old Bill.
After him going and rolling on the stairs.
But for me, I didn't really know. And then everyone really at that time, you know, was wonderful to me. You know, was respectful of my home. We had a great night.
I was honoured, mate. Absolutely honoured.
I tried to make a party out of cannabis, which had never really, you know,
it was
that
great.
sort of atmosphere. You know, then I think after I got the backlash, then we were going, there's a load of sniff there. And I was going, there's no sniff. I think there was one person.
I think there was a lot of jealousy and a lot of hatred.
That starts.
Why wasn't I invited?
Yeah, and then I think from there, I started to feel that. I think with you know, with the whole Ronnie thing, all my life people have a preconception. So they go, oh, that's Ronnie Wood's son, right? And then they go. They're right there. They judge who you are.
Yeah.
Then I turn up, you know, whether I was a heroin addict or whatever. Yeah. I turn up a fucking crackhead or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, they once they get to know me, they understand that, you know what, I'm just normal. But there's all that.
There's one thing I've always said, and it was my mum said when we was young, never judge a book by its cover, and it sticks with me, mate. Is get to know the person who they are. So I could have 10 people out there now. 5 of them will call me a cunt.
Yeah.
3 of them will say he's a really nice fella, and 2 of them goes, what? Now I treat people how I'm treated. So if you want to treat me like an idiot, I'm gonna be a cunt.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna be a cunt. That's the way it is. So if it's
and you know what, I was putting along really nice until I got a message from that bird. Your mate.
My mate.
No, not your mate, but that bird who started going mad and like calling my wife a slag and doing all mad.
Oh yes, twigged in.
What's her name?
Twigged in. Threatened. She's going to kill my kids that I haven't even got.
Yeah. She then I started getting. I was really.
I'm
nice
not going
to
give her a name, mate.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
I was really nice to her, and it was the first time I saw a little bit of madness, like evil attack. And then a couple of times after, a couple more people got on it. You know, I had a couple of jealous people come out of the woodwork. But you know what? My mum used to say, if they're not talking about you, that's a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
let them talk, let them presume, let them assume.
100%.
Assumptions are the mother of all fuck up.
100%,
You know,
mate,
so
totally.
let people do their thing. You know.
It
Whatever.
was. I used to be quite wrapped up in the community. I used to be fend for everyone and try and. Do you know what I mean? Because I wanted unity. Because unity, we could do so much with that. So if you've got an army of people who are all
Of course.
fighting for the same thing, it's something we can do with that. And there's, you know, we can
they're
make
not all fighting for the same thing.
No, exactly that.
That's the
So
problem thing.
I'll stay in my lane now.
Yeah, stay in your lane. And do you
I'll
know
fight
what?
for myself, and I fight for sort of things that I believe in. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not out there for
Listen,
so much as the community anymore,
But
which
it's been
is
worth it,
It's
though.
sad.
Yeah,
It's
I
sad,
get
but at
it.
the same time, it's the way that I've been treated within that community. So
Yeah, and
mainly-
I feel it. I felt it. I felt the jealousy for no reason. I
Yeah.
felt the attacks. But you know what? If you don't like me, don't call me.
yeah, that's
Right?
it. That's
I
it.
mean, and I can't ever regret doing anything in this community, because what I have done is I've met some proper diamonds.
And the same. I was just about to say, but
The
I have
diamonds in the
handpicked
rough,
some
bruv.
absolute.
Huh?
Yeah,
Beautiful people.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you know, you definitely being one of them. I've watched you from afar for a long time, and for me,
Appreciate it.
I've always wanted to do a podcast with you, mainly because of the care that you want to help people.
Yeah,
And
that's my thing. Is so
the
when I
medical
say
side
about
of
I'm not
things.
really in the community and all that sort of stuff, helping people is my passion.
Helping people with the plant.
So putting that in the right perspective and then helping people properly rather than
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And putting
That's the-
your time, and that's rewarding, not
Yeah.
just money.
No,
it's
it is.
so. For me, it's
It
so
is.
rewarding
It is.
to have people write to me going, "Thank you so much for your help. I'm
Yeah.
such a better person now." And this.
So
and
with
that and
I've helped a few people now with cancers and
Yeah,
things like
and
that.
amazing results, I bet.
Mate, it's fantastic.
It's
isn't it?
fantastic.
And do you know what? I used to give these people the RSO.
Yeah.
Give it to them. Can have it.
Oh yeah, take
You know
it.
what I mean? I don't want it.
Take
have
it.
it.
Free.
So, and then when you get that phone call to say you feel so much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I do it with. I mean, now I've started with the mushrooms. Isn't it? I mean, they're so similar to another amazing plant of wonder. The mushroom is. I mean, not just the magic ones. The medical mushrooms.
Yep.
You know, lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, turkey tail. I'm a big fan of Paul Stammet.
Yep, Stammet, yeah.
Massive fan
Same.
of him. I always get his last name.
Great
wrong.
guy, and he's so calming and
You know,
soft.
remember that thing he cured his mum with
Yep.
the turkey tail cancer, turkey tail, 8 tablets a day, mixing with the chemo. I mean, them stories inspired me to embrace. I did some stuff on mycology, and I like to study. So
Because
I
it's
like
all
to
your
read.
networks, isn't it? It's all your.
Well, I think if people are trusting you with their well-being, you've got to know what the fuck you're talking about.
Come on, mate.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm definitely not a doctor. I don't wanna
100%.
But I know from experience, and I know if the plant's going to work. I know if the mushroom's going to work. You know, I'm a big fan of microdosing. I know it's not allowed, but magic mushrooms
should be.
Oh yeah, mate. I mean, dude, depression's a big problem for a lot of us.
Huge.
You know, we've all
Huge.
suffered from. I suffered from it quite badly after the heart attack. But the microdosing is it gives you that, I don't know, it's the clarity. It's a clarity. It's a clearness that I haven't experienced before. You know,
What you just said there, that
tax
clearness.
return.
Yeah.
I did my own tax return last year. I was like, shit, these shrooms
See?
are
So
fucking
it can't
good.
be a bad thing for the government.
Yeah,
So legalise the thing
Mate,
and we
will
can.
focus. We'll get them returns in by the end of Jan, bro.
Get more money. What's wrong with you guys?
But dude, I mean, honestly, the focus on it, just a
Yeah.
tiny. I don't want to.
0.2 or something.
Yeah,
or,
0.1.
Yeah.
Point one of a nice like sort of pings and envy type thing, or you know, a nice just a 0.1, and then there's room to go up. Because
So
like
I know a bit more about the psychedelic mushrooms than I do about the medical mushrooms. Mushrooms for me are mushrooms. Do you know what I mean? Whether they might trip you out. Well, for me, tripping out on mushrooms, I've only ever seen things that I know that it is, but it just looks funny.
Yeah. I mean,
I've
it's
never
not too
had
intense.
hallucinogenic mad.
It's not DMT.
Oh, I'm seeing, yeah. I'm seeing a pyramid running towards me.
Yeah,
and, do you know
dragons
what I mean?
come out of the floor. I'm seeing
there's
dinosaurs, man.
Nothing like that, and that's where I think it gets brought into mushrooms and cannabis. Get brought into that drugs category.
Scared. People get scared. Oh, shrooms. Oh no.
Oh, shrooms. No, I shouldn't
I
do
can't have
that.
that.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean,
For me, it's a reset.
Yeah, but the way I take it as
Take
well,
them for a reset.
I don't feel nothing. I just feel a clarity. There's no colours. There's no nothing. There's just one. It's 10% of
But
the
it's
gram.
boosting your system
But
so much.
it's hitting the receptors in my brain. different receptors than what cannabis would hit.
Yeah.
And it's sparking your brain into life. And that's why it's so good for depression. It's waking up them dormant brain cells and let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and giving that a real focus. A bit like that film. What's that film when he tips to take the pill? Limitless.
Oh, Limitless. Yeah.
It's a little. They're a little bit like that, and you know, it's
totally
definitely.
get that.
It's definitely not. And most of the people that I my clients or I encounter aren't there to get high.
No,
Really.
that's right.
They're there to get well.
A lot of people are scared of it because I think it's been. I mean, I get
been
high,
demonised.
obviously, yeah, and I enjoy it. It is something I enjoy.
Yeah.
It does bring me down a
It's a
level. It
happy
does
place.
chill me out. Yeah, but it's not. I don't drink alcohol because I don't like the way that I act.
Yeah,
Whereas when I have a joint, I like the way I act.
everyone's
you know
a
what I
cunt
mean?
on booze, isn't they?
Yeah, everyone's a cunt. I can't pay me bills, and I
wanna
need this,
fight
and I've got to sort that out and do this.
Get
And what
off
you
it,
fucking
man.
looking
Just
at?
shut up.
I have a joint, mate. I can't be bothered.
I mean, how?
Pizza man's 20 minutes late. I couldn't give a shit.
But how that? I mean, how? Yeah, exactly. I'm starving,
Bills
though.
not paid. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
I might buy the electric.
Tomorrow, man.
Get a candle out of the cupboard.
Yeah, man. We'll adapt. We'll adapt.
Don't worry about
We'll
it.
adapt. But you know, it's.
But
There's
that's for
so
me. That's how
much.
it affects me
Yeah.
differently. Do you know what I mean? And
Everyone's
that's-
different.
Yes,
and that's
what I
why
was
you
gonna
need
get to.
people like us that give the time for nothing
Yeah.
to guide you through
Yeah.
these types of medicines. Because a doctor ain't even a doctor. They take two of them if you feel shit. Let us know.
Yeah,
No,
doctor
no,
doesn't
no.
even understand what their
They don't
pills
care.
do. They just
And
read memos.
they're just getting money.
That's
from
it.
the doctors, from the big pharma. And don't get me started on big pharma.
Same, mate. Yeah, same. Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah,
But yeah, no, so
that's
it's-
hence why we do what we do, mate.
Yeah, look,
Hence why we do what we do.
This is from my good friend at Bud to Bling. This is it's a real magic mushroom.
Oh,
It's
wow.
golden plated mushroom.
Golden plated.
Yeah. So it's a gold shroom.
And that's a real mushroom
shroom,
inside.
a real psychic. Yeah, that's, we're worried about sending it abroad because I thought they open it up, they might.
Take it back. Melt it down and
It's a
burn it.
Class A drug mushroom,
Yeah, of course.
isn't it? It's a
He is
Class
so
A.
clever in it. Have you watched him do this?
I went to his house. He's off his nut, bruv. He's fucking mental.
How he magnetises it and then gets...
Oh, dude.
And
We
and
go in there. I was in there, right? I was in there
There,
a couple of weeks ago. That's yours.
Oh, that's for
Yeah,
me?
for you. Yeah, of course, mate. Gee, of course.
Thank you, brother.
I'm bearing gifts. Man.
Wow, look at this.
But he's incredible. I was sitting there with him. The other week. And we're in there in this thing. And he's got all these different plates, bowls of acid, and his thing. And then next door he's got this like 5,000 degree glass blowing equipment because he's like a legend glass blower.
Mm.
He's no joke in the glass blowing world. He's like well respected, old school. So he gets a lot of kudos for that. But because his focus is on the golden
able
stuff.
to play
But
around.
but so I'm sitting there and I'm going, what's that in there? And he's going, oh, that's sulfuric acid. And I'm going, what's that in there? Oh, propane. I'm like, bruv, if this goes up, we are all dead. The whole neighbourhood's gone. Right? It's a mushroom cloud.
Some chemicals, like.
My God. But what an amazing, talented, good man. Yeah, good man. So I'm trying to do some stuff with him for ages now with the shrooms and what I've been doing is every sort of 10 packs of shrooms that someone buys, I put one of them in.
Oh, dear?
Yeah, or if I see someone who's, fragile and could do with a cheering up, I bust them a golden mushroom.
Mate, you're such a decent guy. I love everything that you're about,
I'm
everything
making up
you
for
do.
my sins.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of bad shit. So, I need to...
Karma.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in that. And
Same.
listen, I was definitely a bit of a shit. I was a heroin addict when I was 16, 17. I was smoking crack.
But no different being around that life.
No, it was good.
Growing up around that
I'll tell you what,
lifestyle
I'll tell you what, I went into my dad's room, opened a drawer, and there's half a bar sniffing there. I'm like 15. Right? Boom, I'm out. I've gone to my mate's house, I've turned up with a fucking big bag of sniff, and fucking boom, I'm fucking going mad, we're putting it in things. Some older guys come round, and we're in this fucking dodgy estate in Rains Park, and he's gone, look, let's cook it up. Started making the rock, right? So he's made the rock, and I didn't even smoke the rock that night. I think maybe at the end I did, but he put it on a glass with a tin foil with the holes in it, and the plastic band with the ash and all that, and you smoking it. Took the tin foil off. A couple of hours later, I sit there, I pick up the glass by mistake, and I think it's a glass of water, and I drink it, and it's the taste. Suddenly, I had like old school kid deja vu. Because when I'd get up at home and go downstairs to breakfast, I'd pick up a glass of water, but it'd been used the night before for smoking rock. No, to smoke through.
To smoke through.
So it's all that taste. So I went, this is what I should be doing. Right? And it was like a drug moment of clarity. Maybe it's the other way around, you get off. This was me getting on.
Okay.
So I was like, boom, let's go. Pills, IB for 89, 90, 91, fucking heroin addict, 92, 93, 94, fucking smoking rock with a smack. Then I ran out of money, flew to America, fucking got a load more rock because I was cheaper out there.
Just doing what you had to do.
Then I ran out, then I nearly died in smoking rock in Atlanta. So then I went to San Francisco because there was smack in San Francisco. There's no smack in Atlanta. You got to go get the oil from the Mexicans. In San Fran.
No.
So then I went over there, I'm on the street and fucking rocks. And they're going 1 and 1, 2 and 2. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Give me it, bang.
Oh, mate. So yeah, then
mad.
Yeah, then I came back and I stopped and at 21 I had a bit of a bit of an OD really, and it was a blessing because something happened. I was smoking crack and it went all wrong for me, and I didn't go to hospital or nothing. I recovered, I was fine, but
panicked, you're scared.
But what happened? I couldn't then take a drug without triggering some sort of reaction. So I thought, right, I'm no more crack. I'll just stay on the smack and chasing the dragon, doing the thing. I get back every time I'm doing it. Suddenly the room's going yellow. I can't feel my legs. I'm panicking. I'm on the phone to my mum, going, "I'm going to die." She's going, "Shut up, you mug." I'm going, "Oh, mate." So I didn't really know what to do or what was going on, and I just had to sit there and let go of my love, really, because I loved everything about drugs. I loved making them.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to sit there. The outfit. I used to do this. I used to have a better hat for when I was making rock, right? And I used to make rock in the microwave. And my party trick is I could make it so it was perfectly round, perfectly round ball in a milk bottle. Pebble, roll it and play little balls with the thing, and then make it smack. The science of it's all the same process actually when you're purifying something. So when you're making distillate, you're taking all the crap, the lipids, the shit out of the plant. When you're preparing heroin, you're doing the same. You're taking it, you're putting vitamin C in it, the citric. You're putting vitamin C. You're putting citric in the gear. You're putting the water in. You're heating it. It's then purifying it, and you're getting
it's all science to get a reaction. And
rock's the same. You take the gram of coke, you put the gram of coke, you put the bicarb in, you put the water in, you turn it into oil, you return it into oil, you cool it down, you turn it into oil again, and then you've got your rock.
Boom. All
the shit's gone. You've purified everything there.
Yeah.
And it's the same process with pretty much with every drug. To consume it, you need to purify it. You can get rid of the shit.
Yeah.
So it's all
breaking down the extract, breaking down the molecules, breaking down all the different.
So when I got more into cannabis and the science of cannabis, all that mad shit really helped out. It really helped out with experience, with what to do, how to make it, the purification.
Yeah.
So it was, a necessary education. Being a
I see
normal
what
one.
you're saying. Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do? It's like, you know what, nick me.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop. This is me. I'm never going to change.
Did that happen?
Been nicked? No, not really. I've been nicked. I got nicked for stabbing someone. I got nicked for
madness.
Yeah, for fighting, smoking, stealing a car, path. But I had a recent one. Well, it's all right. But wait, I filmed it as well. And Moz came around and filmed it for me. I rented a house out to a friend of mine. He was a mate, bit of a gangster. I couldn't really say no. I wasn't living there. He had nowhere to live. I rented the house out to him, and he died. Not in the house. And then some other people got in the house, Albanians. I think it was a plan. Took over the yard. Sweet. I stayed away. I got my rent, had my money. I thought something was going on when they blew up all the lights in the street.
Oh, shit.
but I thought, I leave it. They only had a 3 or 4 month. Anyway, I got a call from a neighbour. Neighbour phones me and goes, someone's smoking weed next door in the house. I mean, it's a 6,000 square foot house, right? Someone's smoking weed next door. I'm like, oh, you smell that, right? So
that's loud.
So I'll be round. I'll come round.
I'll come round.
So I shot round. I got there, and I'm not joking, Bob. I got there. I'm standing outside. It's like a posh, area, posh street, and fucking the smell. My eyes were watering. It wasn't like bud smoke. It was
pungent,
grow. And something had happened, a fan had broke or whatever. So I've knocked on the door. I didn't know the people. I knocked on the door. They've come to the door. I'm like, mate, really? You need to get the fuck out of here, bruv. And I calmed the neighbour down. I said, 4 hours, give me 4 hours, I'll get them out. Anyway, I fucking phoned a mate to come and help. I got, fuck this. I don't need distress. I've gone home. to bed. And I get a call, bruv, like it's like an halfway for the day, bruv. Boom. Fucking 25-volt bill turn up, laid the gaff. So I'm thinking they're coming to the lab. I'm thinking, no, because it looked bad. I've got all the CBD stuff. So it looks bad. I'm thinking, shit, they're going to raid the yard. And it's going to look really bad. I've got grow going into this house. I've got lab in this house. I've got cannabis business and all that. So then, but they didn't. They didn't come and they called me. I spoke to them. Then about a year later, last year, they said, come down to the station house.
Investigation.
I went, oh, here we go. So I get there and they nicked a couple of people and they've gone, oh, we got some my mate who I got to help got nicked. You're just trying to help him get out. And on his phone, apparently they downloaded his phone for some text messages. So I'm thinking, I get to the police station, they're like, we'll ask you about telephone stuff. And I was like, oh, no. This is fucking... I mean, I wasn't involved. It wasn't me.
No, of course.
But it looks bad anyway,
it don't
right?
look great,
So I'm in there and they're pulling out evidence and they get to their pièce de résistance, right? The telephone text, right? I'm thinking, it says testing... the text is about testing cannabis. I'm not a grower, so I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, she's gone, all right, she's pulled the thing. She's gone, I'll read it word for word. I went, okay. She goes... Wagwan, my man. It's me, right? I've just cracked up, right? I'm cracking up. She's going, Wagwan, my man. She's going, I got the bad boy terp action in the yard. Right? It's me texting, right? And it wasn't, it was some of these arriving, right? So I just started cracking up. I said, is that it? Is that how you're trying to tie me to this crap? I said, mate, I pulled out a bag of Just Terp sweets. I'm like, mate, I've got terps. I've got cannabis business. I said, don't you look on my social media before you get me down here. You should know what I do. But, mate, you don't use this. Anyway, a year later, literally, last week, I get a letter. No more further investigation. Fuck it. Because all the time I'm thinking, it's always the stuff that you didn't do.
Yeah.
that they nick you for. So I'm thinking, just because I didn't do it, doesn't mean I'm not going to get nicked for it.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to be optimistically, bad. I just thought of the worst the whole time, thinking I was going to get in trouble.
Lose everything that you've. You know what I mean?
So it's a little bit stressful. But then again, you've got to get nicked for a bit away.
It happens, mate, and it happens. I got stopped the other week.
What we do.
Enough. I got pulled over. There was 4 of us in the car. We'd just finished doing some filming. Wasn't it? It was on our way back. I had an ounce and a half on me.
Did it stink, the car?
Reeked out. We all had a joint each, didn't we? But just before you think it, I've got an aftershave that I bought from Net-a-Porter. It was about 200 quid for this little bottle. So it's
worth every
high terps. And
Yeah,
I just
nice.
2 sprays and the car stunk. And then that sort of masked it a little bit. And he said, have you got anything in there you shouldn't have? I said, no. And then I said, just to let you know, we've got some CBD flour. And he went, no. I said, I've got some CBD. And he said, extracts or oils? I said, flour. And he went, flour? I said, yeah. I said, you can buy it online, mate, it's tea. You go online and look online.
Oh, yeah, cool. Hemp oil for great.
Yeah, it's great.
Some great flour.
I said, bang, showing him the website. I said, okay. Pulls out an ounce. It was Cali.
Oh, shut
Loose
up.
Cali.
How ounce of it?
He opened it, didn't he? And I hope you're watching this. He opened it and he smelt it and he went, yeah, it doesn't smell like crow. And I thought, you bastard, it stinks.
He called it crow?
But he called it crow.
I wouldn't even call it crow.
No.
Well, fucking well
But they
done.
seemed like new officers or something, didn't they? I wasn't too sure. But
Well, they're getting good now. They can even know even
let
with the
me go.
terps coming through the post. I think I've been watching that customs program.
Yeah.
They put that laser through it, don't they? And it hits the liquid and it tells you what the drug is.
Yep.
So I think they're doing that a lot now.
Well, that's how the purple. Do you know the Purple Pro THC?
Yes.
That's how that works.
That's how that works.
So bounces laser beams off and then it comes back off of
James.
Yeah, that's it. He's a great guy, isn't he?
James Class.
Good friend of mine.
He lives near me.
Yeah, he's not far from you.
No, so
I've worked at.
we play.
I've done a load of projects over at his house and
He's really
next door.
I love him.
Done
And
his
do you know
bathroom.
what? He suffered a lot in pain.
Cool, and he just.
And he used to come out and I used to help him out a lot. And he is a good man.
He's back on the mend now, though,
But he's
isn't
good.
he? Which is good
He's
to
good.
see.
And he put some weight on. I didn't even recognise him. I'm like, who are you? He come away, hey, fuck you, who are you, bruv, man? I went, oh shit, bruv.
Yeah.
You look good, because before you was all manged up going,
See him
oh,
all,
fuck.
yeah.
It hurts though, that back pain.
Mate, sciatic pain is fucking
hurts.
next
It's naughty.
level, isn't it?
It's naughty.
But I knew him before that, and then obviously watch him go into that, and then he sort of had a bit of a rough time with it, with his parents and stuff. He lost his dad this year, or last year. And he just, to see him now coming through and sort of
coming back.
Standing upright at least, you know what I mean? It's good to see.
I think he's got a job with his brother or something.
That's it.
But yeah, he's a good man. He's got a good missus as well.
Yeah.
You all need a good missus, otherwise we are all fucked.
100%, mate. That's why I'm loyal to my one.
We are all fucked. I've been,
uh,
I couldn't. 23 years I've been with my missus for now, and you know she's wicked. I don't know how she puts up with me, bro.
Yeah, mate.
She's a man, can't
like I said, I've met your kids and stuff, and yeah.
The boys
it's
are
only
good.
a credit to the parents,
I mean,
mate. Do you know what I mean? They're doing well, aren't they?
The 4 boys are good. Yeah, my first boy, he works with me at Woodies.
Okay.
So he helps make all the stuff for me. He's a good kid.
Brilliant.
More sensible than me. Leo, my 17-year-old, he's the most amazing fighter you've ever seen. He's England #1 national. He won the national title last year at 51 kilos. So he's got offers from Frank Warren and all this stuff.
Good stuff.
But he's developing real good. He's training real hard.
Focused, determined.
Yeah. But no drugs, you know. It's the dream sport for any parent, because any parent wants their kid to not do what they do.
Yeah, of course.
And he is incredible. He's
He's
never smoked a fag. He's never smoked a vape, a joint, had a zip of alcohol.
Brilliant.
Nothing.
He come in here a little while ago, didn't he? He's like, oh, just get a bottle of water.
Yeah, he's got a smashed up face.
Yeah, he's got all nuts.
He loves to fight, and he always loved to fight. He's one of them kids that are amazing at all sports, and he found the one that he really wanted to do. He's a footballer as well, but so he's good. And then I've got a 14-year-old who's, you know, cheeky little shit, and then I've got a 7-year-old who's fucking hard work.
They keep you busy then, mate.
Yeah,
keep you busy.
All boys.
All boys and all.
Keep me at work. Yeah.
A lot of fights.
Yeah.
How'd you find that being big alpha daddy?
Dude, the other one, he'll knock me out.
That's what I was going to say. I bet he's fucking like, shut up, Dad.
He dropped down the other day. He just put down and come on then, you cunt.
Let's have it.
Like, oh shit, he's good to me.
Fucking hell. Brilliant, mate, brilliant.
I'm going to do this.
I was going to say, what's this contraption, mate? What have we got here?
See, the Chonga cup means a lot to me, bruv, because I wake up every morning and there's certain cups that you like to drink from. There's certain cups you don't. I don't like a cup that's too big. So I got my Chonga, the old one, with the leaf on there and that.
Got you. So my original cup. Yeah, the Chonga's original.
And I add my coffee in there, and I developed sort of a terp chocolate, because terps and chocolate go amazing together. Incredible mixture, and if you can get it right, not using too much terps.
So these terps, like what we've been smoking now.
So what we're going to do, so I like to smoke it. So I need to get some hot water. We'll fill this up.
We'll stick the kettle on then.
Stick the kettle on. We'll have a quick break. And we'll come back and we'll smoke the hot chocolate and see if we can get the flavour of the...
Let's get it going, mate. I'm going to flick the kettle on then and we'll get it going.
Flick the switch, as the wife would say.
What's happening, bro? Yeah. Put the, what's happening, baby? Sweet.
The grand finale. This ain't it, though. There's another finale.
Right, we're back in business. So we've got the hot chocolate. We've obviously boiled the kettle, put the hot water into the hot chocolate.
I'm going to leave that in there under here for a second. It does take long, obviously, you leave it with the smoker. Better. But now I'm going to get some Critical Haze. This is a really floral, lovely terp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really, so you can really get the flavour of it. That's fucking knocking my out.
What have you got in there, mate? You've also got a bit of bud in there, is it?
Yeah, so a little bit of CBD bud.
Okay. And then some terps covering the top.
October's always...
Big fan of this.
Yeah.
He's the chef and he's the...
Yeah, he won't talk to me anymore, though.
Why? What's the matter with him?
Threw his knickers out the pram, didn't he?
No, is he?
I bought some...
Octos, oh yeah, come on.
I bought some, what's the name? I bought some extract off someone he didn't like. And he was like, where's your loyalty? I was like, well, dude, it's extract.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Dude,
we'll win the game. Have to do what we have to do.
Bought some, but I wouldn't tell him not to buy bud or someone, you know what I mean? I didn't like.
No one has any control over anyone, that's what I say.
You know what I mean? I don't know about that dude.
Regardless. Yeah, come on, Octo. You're better than that. Anyway, yeah.
Blown out. No. It's just on fire. I look one way around. One way around.
Got a blockage.
Oh. Might have to do that one again.
A blockage in the hose. Malfunctions. Don't work with children or live animals or products. Don't let it blow through. You sucked it.
No, it's working. That's
Yeah.
the system, yeah. Oh. That's what the wife said.
Wrong hole.
That's what she said. She was wrong hole. I said it wasn't the wrong hole, babe. It was the right hole. It was the right hole. You just think it's the wrong
You
hole.
didn't like it.
Here we go. Now.
Here we go. He's got it on point now. Oh, look at this. It's going through the sheet, I think, at the bottom.
That's right. Bust that out. There's a bit some terps, some smoke. We've got the hot chocolate going. You know what, as well, as it's the finale, bruv. Do one more thing, bruv. We're going. My latest invention.
These are amazing.
Bubbles, bruv.
Edible bubbles.
Taste them. They're amazing.
They taste of weed.
They taste so good. Come and get some. They taste so good, I swear on my life. I look like an absolute lunatic. Chasing bubbles, but mate. Unreal, isn't it? Unreal.
So the bubbles.
Edible
now,
bubbles.
the terps are fucking great.
Didn't they? So sweet.
Sweet
Lovely.
terps. Then let them.
I gotta get involved. They're so nice.
Taste the weed bubbles, right? And then we've got the terp.
You're an absolute magician.
Terp chocolate in the Chonga cup.
We'll have a little taste.
It's all smoky and bad boy.
Oh my god. And that is that original, the first one you put in. So obviously I'm still tasting the edible bubbles.
Like
That
smoked chocolate.
flowery tasting. Oh my god.
Huh?
You're an absolute genius. Jay, thanks a lot, mate.
Got one more thing, man. One more thing.
One more thing.
I decided to write a book.
Brilliant. Absolutely love
Write a
it,
little
mate.
book. It's a cannabis book. It's called Woodies, Wonders of Weed. It's all mad shit about bud and like basically the history of weed, and then sort of more of bringing the weed up to date. This cannabis has moved on so massively in the last
Totally.
10 years since Cali really legalised it.
So much now, innit?
It's,
And
I wanted to show people what I'd learnt really, so I will sign this after.
Thank you very much, Jay. Appreciate you, mate. Brilliant. Thank you. Honestly, love you so
Wicked,
much.
really
It's
wicked.
brilliant.
Wicked.
Look at this. I'm just surrounded by gifts. I've got gold. I've got edible
Take the
bubbles.
cup
I've got.
as well.
It's a dream,
Take
mate.
the cup. I've got some shrooms for you.
You're an
Give
absolute
me a couple
star.
of ginger shots as well to get to that.
Thanks ever so much for coming on, mate.
Cool,
It's,
bro.
Get over to Woodies' channel. It'll show you some more books as well. Pheno Adventures is another one of yours.
Yeah, Pheno's come in. New Pheno this year.
Yeah.
Had all sorts of looking delays this year, but he's back.
Excellent, mate.
He's
It's
back.
brilliant.
The Indiana Jones of weed.
Brilliant, brilliant. But yeah, can people go and buy these books? Can
Yeah,
people
they're
get-
online.
They're on
They're
your
online.
website?
Yeah, on the website.
What's your
Everything's on
website,
the
mate?
Oh, that's a good question.
Woodies.co.uk.
There you go.
WoodiesUK.com.
Never
Follow him on
take
Insta as well at WoodiesUK. And I love you, everything you put up, mate, and love everything you do. Thanks ever so
Keep
much
on.
for
This is
coming
great.
on.
I love this. Great
Brilliant,
crew.
isn't it?
The boys.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, good session.
Good
Love
atmosphere,
it.
mate. But
2 hours, they said.
2 hours, near on.
Huh?
Near on.
Wife's
Yeah.
going to be jealous. I don't think I've spent that much time with her. 24 years. You can be with that cunt for fucking 2 hours.
Guys, thanks ever so much for watching.
Later.
Leave your comments with your reviews. Yeah, it's great feedback for us. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Yeah, get over to Woodies' channel as well. Find out
Bust
what he
it out.
does. Find out his products.
Some mad
Use his
shit.
products. Go and buy some of his products. They're absolutely superb.
Come to Woody's house.
Yeah, I'm not just saying it. I'm not just saying it because you're here. It's something that I believe in, mate. And everything
Yeah,
that
me
you
too.
do and the reason behind it and all that sort of stuff is fantastic in the products that you
You're
produce.
you're coming to mine next.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Mate, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Amazing.
to everyone at home, stay focused on your dreams, people. That's the most important thing. As you can see here, everyone, we're all doing what we love to do, and it's important to stay focused on your dreams.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly. Stay healthy, but most importantly, stay golden. Take care, people. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Jay, love you, bro. Thanks, mate. Love you.
Good, that was good.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
It was good.
It was
2
good.
hours, man.